The Dallas Mavericks punched their 2024 NBA Finals ticket on Thursday, knocking off the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games to claim Western Conference supremacy. They will take on the Eastern Conference champion Boston Celtics to cap off this year's playoffs, which has featured numerous standout performances. The Celtics and Mavericks final showdown tips off on June 6th in Boston, providing both teams with an extended opportunity for rest. With some days to go before the series commences, here's a look at this year's top 10 players in the postseason thus far. 10. Pascal Siakam. Star forward Pascal Siakam proved to be a monumental trade deadline acquisition for the Indiana Pacers. The one-time NBA champion brought title experience and reliable front-court scoring during their surprise East Finals run. Over 17 outings, Siakam averaged a team-high 21.6 points, 7.5 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 0.8 steals, and 0.8 three-pointers per game on a blistering 54.1% shooting. Meanwhile, the two-time All-Star ranks 5th in total playoff points. 9. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has been an ideal running mate next to Luka Doncic in their first playoff run together. Their 1-2 backcourt scoring punch and clutch shot-making abilities have allowed Dallas to come out on the right end of numerous close games. Through 17 appearances, Irving is averaging 22.8 PPG, 3.9 RPG, 5.2 APG, 1.2 SPG, and 2.6 3P degrees on 48.5% shooting. The 8-time All-Star ranks 4th in total playoff points and steals and tied for 5th in threes. Irving successfully tweaked his jumper, shortening the duration of his shot release on catch-and-shoot threes by more than any volume shooter in the league. 8. Donovan Mitchell. Cleveland Cavaliers star shooting guard Donovan Mitchell's playoff run was cut short early in round 2 against Boston due to a left calf strain. Mitchell battled knee injuries throughout the season and played just 55 games, but he was still brilliant at times, particularly in January and February, when he posted a 62.5 true shooting percentage. When healthy, the 5-time All-Star played at an elite level, guiding the Cavaliers to their first postseason series victory since 2018. Over 10 contests, he averaged 29.6 PPG, 5.4 RPG, 4.7 APG, 1.3 SPG, and 2.9 3PZ on 47.6% shooting. Mitchell is simply too athletic and talented right now, and he cannot be stopped by a single defender. 7. Jaylen Brown. This year's Celtics have incredible balance, which makes it harder for the team's stars to earn certain league-wide awards. But the upside is that balance shows up in the stars' advanced data, and Brown is a prime example. He just posted the best field goal percentage of his career while also tallying a career-best assist-to-turnover ratio. With how many close calls Boston has had in the playoffs over the past several years, all the Celtics faithful care about is what will bring the franchise its 18th championship. Brown limiting his turnovers would go a long way toward meeting that goal. Jaylen Brown has been shooting lights out this postseason, serving as the NBA's top number 2 scoring option. Through 14 outings, he is averaging 25.0 PPG, 6.1 RPG, 2.6 APG, 1.1 SPG, and 2.0 3P degrees on a scorching 54.1% shooting. The 3-time All-Star's hyper-efficient scoring earned him this year's East Finals MVP trophy. Meanwhile, it could be argued that he has been the Celtics' top player during their entire NBA Finals run. 6. Jason Tatum. The 26-year-old Tatum had the most efficient shooting campaign of his career this season, one that was marked by his ability to move the ball to his teammates as opposed to forcing the action himself. But Tatum using his stardom to do enough, rather than too much, is key, particularly with the best assist average of his career. His shooting percentage in the clutch this season, he ranked 32nd out of the 37 players who took at least 50 clutch shots, 22 for 61, was low by his standards, but many of those looks were forced or more difficult than necessary. While Jason Tatum hasn't had his most efficient playoff run, he remains the number 1 scoring option on an NBA Finals team. He has also been a reliable rebounder and playmaker for the Celtics as they have coasted to a 12-2 postseason record. Through 14 games, the 5-time All-Star is averaging 26.0 PPG, 10.4 RPG, 5.9 APG, 1.1 SPG, and 2.1 3PG on 44.2% shooting. 5. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander should be in the MVP conversation and is possibly the biggest contender to Nikola Jokic. No player is harder to keep away from the basket than Gilgeous-Alexander, who has led the NBA in drives to the basket per game each of the past 4 regular seasons. But Gilgeous-Alexander, who seems almost certain to finish among the top 3 in MVP voting, has been even more effective than usual this season. OKC Thunder. Superstar. Point guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander only appeared in 10 playoff contests this year, but was one of the most consistent performers. The 2024 MVP runner-up averaged the second most points of any player who played 7+ games. He also chipped in 7.2 RPG, 6.4 APG, 1.3 SPG, 1.7 BPG, and 1.6 3P degrees on 49.6% shooting. Gilgeous-Alexander's crafty scoring and tenacious defense nearly helped the Thunder force a Game 7 in Round 2 against the eventual West champion Mavericks. 4. Jalen Brunson, New York Knicks star point guard. Jalen Brunson's electric postseason run also also ended early due to injury. He sustained a fractured left hand against Indiana in Game 7 of the second round. However, before doing so, Brunson appeared poised to carry the Orthanded Knicks to their first East Finals appearance since 2000. The first-time All-Star remains the playoffs' leading scorer among players with 7+ games laid. Over 13 contests, Brunson averaged 32.4 PPG, to go along with 3.3 RPG, 7.5 APG, 0.8 SPG, and 2.03 PG on 44.4% shooting. He ranks third in total postseason points and fourth in assists, despite playing just 2 rounds. Brunson is recognized for his high basketball IQ, solid fundamentals, and leadership on the floor. He doesn't rely on sheer athleticism, but instead uses his understanding of the game, positioning, and crafty play to impact games. Brunson is a strong shooter, efficient in pick-and-roll situations, and has a good mid-range game. He's also known for his clutch performances in critical moments. 3. Anthony Edwards. At just 22 years old, Anthony Edwards proved his ability to be the #1 scoring option on an NBA championship contender in this year's playoffs. Anthony Edwards is clearly Minnesota's superstar. He has struggled shooting the ball, but his all-around impact for the Timberwolves has been incredible. Edwards has become the leader of the team, and his trash talk on Kevin Durant has set the tone in the series, as his side leads 2-0. The Phoenix Suns look devoid of answers, as a first-round exit would be devastation for them. Edwards' athleticism, scoring, and aura have made Minnesota a tough team to compete with. His Timberwolves eliminated the star-studded Phoenix Suns and defending champion Denver Nuggets in rounds 1 and 2. Over 16 playoff outings, Edwards averaged 27.6 PPG, 7.0 RPG, 6.5 APG, 1.5 SPG, and 2.93 PGRs on 48.1% shooting. The two-time All-Star ranks second in total postseason points and steals, tied for third in total assists, and fourth in threes. 2. Nikola Jokic. He beats you when you dare him to score, but he's just as effective, if not more so, when he playmakes for others. Jokic is the favorite for his third MVP award this season, meaning he joins an elite company with only a select number of players, including Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James, having more. Despite coming up short in round 2 against Minnesota, Nuggets three-time MVP center Nikola Jokic did nearly everything possible to carry his team to victory. Over 12 postseason appearances, he averaged 28.7 PPG, 13.4 RPG, 8.7 APG, 1.4 SPG, and 1.23 PGs on a torrid 54.5% shooting. He ranks second in total playoff rebounds and tied for third in assists in only 2 rounds of action. Jokic's efficient, well-rounded play aid few hold his team's shortcomings against him, with fans instead calling for Denver to bolster its depth. 1. Luka Doncic. Doncic, the driving force behind arguably the hottest team in the Western Conference, finished the season with a league-high 36% usage rate, the third time in 4 seasons he has led the NBA in the category. With his sensational NBA Finals run, Luka Doncic has made a case for being the league's top player. The 25-year-old leads the NBA in total playoff points, rebounds, assists, steals, and three-pointers. Through 17 games, the West Finals MVP is averaging 28.8 PPG, 9.6 RPG, 8.8 APG, 1.6 SPG, and 3.4 3PGs on 43.8% shooting. Meanwhile, the Mavericks have dispatched 3 of the West's top 4 seeds. Luka Doncic is simply a one-of-a-kind talent, and he can put up monster numbers across the board. Like and subscribe if you like this video.